As society and business place a greater emphasis on the speed and effectiveness of decision making, the intuitive approach has been identified as an essential tool. Though people talk about intuition as if it was a magical sense, intuition is actually a combination of past experience and your personal values. Yes, intuition can make you a much more effective decision maker, especially when you deal with non-standard situation or inexpedient decision making. Your intuition will be also helpful when you have to deal with ambiguous, incomplete, or conflicting information. Indeed, intuition and judgment play major roles in process of making decisions under conditions of uncertainty. A state of uncertainty is a condition in which the decision maker does not know all the alternatives, the risks associated with each, or the likely consequences of each alternative. Finally, intuition may be just as effective in decision making as analytical approach, and sometimes more efficient and effective if the decision maker has in-depth knowledge about the subject. When people make a decision using their intuition, they cannot predict whether it is a correct decision. For example, when people buy stock in a company, they sometimes refuse to sell it even after repeated drop in the price, and then stay with it even in the face of increasing losses. Decision makers should stay with their decision even though it is a wrong decision and do not give up too soon. However, they also should not stick too long. Throughout history, the most supported theory in decision making has been the classical model of decision making, that is based on being rational. Therefore, when faced with a decision situation, managers should: first, obtain complete and perfect information; second, eliminate uncertainty; third, evaluate everything rationally and logically, and end up with a decision that best serves the interests of the organization. There exist 6 steps that should be followed when someone is taking a rational decision. Recognizing and defining the decision situation. Identifying alternatives. Evaluating alternatives. Selecting the best alternative. Implementing the chosen alternative. Following up and evaluating the results. But even though this kind of decision making is very followed by several theorists, it has its weaknesses, as we can see in the well-known New Coke case. The history of the New Coke is widely remembered, but the context is often forgotten. In 1995, Coca-Cola competed directly with Pepsi, and its sales had been diminished. Consumer preference for Coca-Cola was declining. Then, the fabulous secret formula for Coca-Cola was changed, adopting a preferred taste formula of almost 200,000 consumers, what at the moment was considered a rational decision. What this test did not prove, of course, was the link that consumers felt with the old Coca-Cola, regardless of whether their sales had declined. When they decided to take the step and adopt the new recipe, the calls flooded the offices of Coca-Cola in June 1985, protesting the new change and demanding a return to the original flavor. A month later, this error was rectified and returned to the classic recipe of Coca-Cola, demonstrating that the most rational decision is not always the right one. Therefore, the tip in this case will be to think classical. For simple decisions, the ideal is to be rational by analyzing the advantages and disadvantages. But should we be irrational sometimes? There is a company worldwide known for taking such irrational decisions. Its name is Apple. We all have think, at least
Created using Powtoon.